Welcome to a lesson on equations and the story of x. An algebraic equation is a mathematical sentence stating that an algebraic expression is equal to a specific value, variable, or another expression. So an equation must have an equal sign. And we've already had a lesson on expressions and the story of x. This is a lesson that focuses on equations and the story of x. To describe the story of x, we want to write out the steps that describe the operations being performed on x or with x, as well as the operations performed on the result of each step. So in example 1, we're asked to tell the story of x in the expression x plus 7 and use this to determine the solution to the equation x plus 7 equals 18. So I know we can probably solve this equation just by inspection. Let's go ahead and go through the story of x to solve this equation. So under this first column, the story of x, we'll build the given equation by listing each step. So we begin with x. Because the expression is x plus 7 on the left, in words we add 7, which will give us the expression x plus 7. And because we have the expression x plus 7 equals 18, we want the result to be 18, which gives us the equation x plus 7 equals 18. And now to solve, we'll start with the result, in this case 18, and undo each operation to get back to x. So in this case, we'll have to undo add 7. So we'll begin with 18. Now we want to undo or perform the opposite operation of add 7. So we subtract 7. That gives us 18 minus 7, which equals 11, which brings us back to x. So we know our solution is x equals 11. Now let's go ahead and check our solution by rewriting the story of x for the given equation again to show the solution works. So we begin with x, which we know is equal to 11. Next we add 7. So 11 plus 7 is equal to 18, which is good news because we want the result to be 18, which it is. Let's look at another example. Here we're asked to tell the story of x in the expression 4x and use this to determine the solution to the equation 4x equals 28. So we'll first tell the story of x to build the equation, beginning with x. 4x means 4 times x, which is equivalent to x times 4 due to the commutative property of multiplication. So for the next step in the story of x, we multiply by 4. So that would be x times 4, which equals 4x. There's only one operation being performed on x. Because 4x equals 28, we want the result to be 28, which gives us the equation 4x equals 28. And now we'll solve. So we start with the result, and then undo each operation, in this case this one operation, to get back to x. The opposite operation of multiplying by 4 is divide by 4. Which will give us 28 divided by 4, which equals 7, which brings us back to x. Our solution is x equals 7. Let's go ahead and check our solution. So we have x, which is equal to 7. So going back to the story of x, we multiply by 4. Which should be 7 times 4, or 4 times 7, which equals 28, which is good because we want the result to be 28. So this verifies our solution, x equals 7, is correct. Next, we're asked to tell the story of x for the expression 5x plus 1 and use this to determine the solution to the equation 5x plus 1 equals 21. So we begin with x. 5x means 5 times x, which is equivalent to x times 5. So the next step in the story is multiply by 5. So that'd be 5x. And because we have plus 1, the next step is add 1, which gives us 5x plus 1. We want the expression 5x plus 1 to equal 21. So we want the result to be 21, which gives us the equation 5x plus 1 equals 21. And now we'll solve. So we begin with 21, and we're going to undo each operation in reverse order to get back to x. So we're going to undo add 1, so we subtract 1, which would be 21 minus 1, which equals 20. To undo multiplying by 5, we divide by 5. So we'd have 20 divided by 5, which equals 4, which brings us back to x. Our solution is x equals 4. Let's go ahead and check our solution. So we are going to rewrite the story of x. So we have x, which we know is equal to 4. We multiply by 5, which should be 4 times 5, which is equal to 5 times 4, which equals 20. Next step in the story is add 1. 20 plus 1 equals 21. We want the result to be 21, which is what we have, which verifies our solution is correct. We'll look at 2 more examples in part 2. I hope you found this helpful.